tacked up. And if you get too close, you're getting cracked up. Stone cold when I roll, coming out of the hole. Get back, cause I'm out of control. I'm on the edge.
We're going international today on Lucas Oil on the Edge. One of the fan favorite events is the team super stock races from Palmerston, New Zealand. You have to love the gutsy competition from the teams competing here today. It's a team event that is like no other, and we have all the action here on OTE.
All right, it's time to go racing here down under. All the fans are out here to watch this competition. Ken Stout and Brian Olson with you, and competition it is. Welcome to the Superstock Teams Championship presented by Lucas Oil. We're here in New Zealand, and if you've never seen this style of racing before, you're in for a treat. As you can see, the house is packed here, but these guys get it on. They kind of look like sprint cars, but of course they run in the opposite direction. We're going to pick it up here in the semifinals. There's a lot of power here inside of the cars, as you well know, Brian, and they are not afraid of contact. In fact, that's the point for a number of the drivers.
If you take a good close look at the cars, like right here, you can see they're built like bumper cars, but in reality, they have power plants like a sprint car. The only real difference is there are clutches in these machines, and these guys, they purposely crash each other out.
All right, the Tigers are in orange, the Mustangs are in green, and it is on. You've got the runners, you've got the crushers, you've got blockers. Of course, the goal is to run more laps than the other team until you get to the finish line and pick up the win.
And did you see the Tigers right at the drop of the green flag? The one right in the front stayed right there and didn't let anyone make a move.
And you can see the 85 right there doing a great job of blocking as he holds a couple of the Mustangs up, and then his runner goes sailing by. Eventually the Mustangs get even with him, but he had already done his job.
Once again, the idea is that the runner stays out front. Your blockers and such, their means are to keep anyone from keeping that runner from making his way and making laps.
Lap 2, as you take a look at the number 82, that is Brett Nichols, the 82 in of Brett Nichols in a battle there. And then the 62, sponsored by Lucas Oil there up on top of the wing, on board with Harwood right there, representing the Nelson Tigers.
Now listen to the motors of these things. Pretty much V8 Chevrolets. You know, there's a little bit difference in the exact way they're built by way of fuel injection and carburation. Whoa, big hit there.
Man, that was a pile of them right there, and Harwood got caught up right in the middle of it. Is the car terminal. Red flag is out, so that'll stop all the action here while they regroup these guys and check everybody out.
Yeah, the red flag will come out when they think someone may potentially be hurt. And the red flag comes out, you stop exactly where you are. There is no complete restart. All right, back to action one more time here.
And there's a good look at how sturdy these things are built. And well, the 63 trying to drive away from him didn't have quite enough steam to make it happen, and eventually gets turned around.
Now the one right behind him, there he is. There he goes.
Right back at you, baby.
You know, we make fun of it a little bit, but these guys are serious. And I'm telling you, you can tell by this packed crowd, the fans are serious as well as Simon Joblin tries to make a move here for the Mustangs.
And I'll tell you, man, these things are tricky to drive. Take a look at them. A fairly high center of gravity with that tall tire, and, of course, a very narrow wheelbase as they pitch them sideways. It doesn't take much for them to get upside down.
And you also got to remember they got a lot of that weight down around those wheels. The idea, of course, is to not be like a sprint car where you could jump over another car tire to tire, if you will.
And these guys are just locked up. I mean, they are going at it, pretty much hating each other right now.
And again, the key here, whoa!
Boy, and I'll tell you, that was an excellent job right there out of the Tigers to push that car. He pushed the green Mustang car up and took out their runner in the process.
Listen to the Steve of Mr. Harwood for the Tigers. Man, oh man. Final lap, Shane Harwood is your leader. All you got to do is make 5 good, clean laps, and you'll be declared the winner here.
Sounds easy, but it's tough to do, and gets turned around right here. Tarrant for the Mustangs, able to turn him around. As we go on board with Harwood, listen to this.
Oh, man. That's great throttle control right there. And you can hear where they keep the RPMs up right where they want them, man.
Boy, this thing's starting to hop out there, so he has to be careful, but it's going to be Harwood representing the Tigers as they pick up the win and go to the final.
This Lucas Oil On the Edge telecast is being brought to you by Lucas Oil. Made in America, sold to the world. General Tire. Anywhere is possible. Ready Liftoff Road Suspension. A new revolution in off-road suspension design and development.
Welcome back to the Superstock Team Championships. Ken Stout and Brian Olson here to call the action for you. We're in the semifinal round. The Nelson Tigers have advanced to the final. Now it's time for the Palmerston Panthers and the Rotorua Rebels.
Here we go. Listen to the power plants.
Just launch them as hard as they possibly can, and it is game on right off the bat. The 95 car off to a great start, untouched until about then.
Right there.
Woo, talk about some speed.
He gave him a whack.
Man.
But I think came up with the short end of the stick.
I mean, he's just had so much more speed. It's amazing how fast that car was. You obviously take a look at the Panthers there in black.
The black and red machine looked like a dadgum train, man. I mean, he has got some iron wrapped around that thing.
Easy to see the Rebels as well as they have those colors painted on the sides of the cars, so they are ready for battle here, trying to make it into the final round, lap 2, and these guys are bound up here pretty tight as
yeah,
they
they're
go
getting
at
all
it.
hemmed up, ain't they?
Yeah,
that's hemmed up right there, baby.
I mean, I thought he turned him back around and helped him, but then he finished him off and turned him upside down. Look at the crowd going crazy. That's how you finish one off.
That'll bring out a red. Automatic red flag when you get on your side or upside down. So I mean, whether you're hurt or not, they'll bring it out.
They are absolutely ruthless. I mean, they're not happy until they can put you on your lid and end your day.
And the fans love it, as you said, kid. And look how packed this place is. I mean, this is a annual deal here.
Oh! Huge hit right there.
Wow.
Into the concrete wall. Talk about unforgiving.
That guy says, if you want to act like a freight train, I'll treat you like a freight train. Wow.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, a couple of these cars here for these teams are just lightning fast.
Yeah, they really are. And, you know, at the end of the day, you would think at least, and I don't know the true nuances to these things, but that the leader or the guy you want to be the runner, I should say, would be probably a car that may be one of the lighter pieces with more steam.
On board with Osborne, the number 96R for the Rebels. Keep in mind, was the Panthers that went to the finals a year ago against the Tigers and could set up that way again this year, unless, of course, the Rebels can stop them.
Obviously, Osborne is the runner, and as I mentioned just a moment ago, that team has got power. I mean, they just seem to have different sounds in their motors.
Just some violent hits against that concrete wall. No safer barrier here. I mean, it is on.
About the only cushion you're going to get here is mud. Just listen to this thing.
Yeah, no shortage of horsepower in there at all. Nice job setting it, and then also steering clear of the car that's parked up into the wall. And so despite the speed out of the Rebels, they will not make it to the final round. It will go to the Palmerston North Panthers, so it's going to be the Panthers and the Tigers once again for the championship.
Listen up, Lucas Oil On the Edge fans. It's time to prove how much you love OTE by downloading the free Lucas Oil On the Edge app for your iPhone and iPad. You can check out the OTE schedule, see past shows, and meet the cast. In addition, you can browse the OTE apparel. This is an app that has it all and is a must for every Lucas Oil On the Edge fan.
It's about time for the championship round of Team Superstock Racing here on Lucas Oil On the Edge. The two teams left are huge rivals, the Nelson Tigers and the Palmerston North Panthers. Can the Panthers repeat as champions? Let's see if the Tigers can stop them before they take home back-to-back wins.
And a year later, it's the same two teams coming back to the finals. I'm going with the Palmerston North Panthers. Why? Because they're at home here at International Speedway.
I'll go with the Tigers because when I was in school, Peru High School, the Tigers were the mascot. And the other reason is I always seem to be the guy that gets the second pick.
Well, there you go. And the fact that you didn't graduate from that school. Having a little fun with Brian, of course. All right, let's take a look at the players here. You can see the drivers' names as they will pair up. And once again, it's the first 1 to 5 laps completed that will get the championship. The defending champions are the Panthers.
I say watch out for this guy right here, Nelson for the Nelson Tigers, Mr. Harwood. He'll be the guy to watch for my team.
Yeah, he was really fast before, and games already being played on the other side. It looked like one of the Tigers either purposely didn't take off or for whatever reason couldn't take off.
Wow.
And you can see, look in the rearview mirror, you can see he's holding somebody up back behind him. That's why he's going slow.
I was trying to figure that out, and then I looked up there, and you know something else I noticed in the in-car shots? These things are far from being a sprint car. Sprint car with like 1 gauge on the dashboard. These things look like an airplane inside of them.
Once again, the Tigers in orange with the stripes, of course, the Panthers in black. Those two guys going at it, and seems as though the Tigers have a strategic game going, but the Panthers are on the gas.
Yeah, they have got more than one runner, it appears. Now they could get hemmed up here. Oh, they're hitting each other. No.
And that's the runner. Keep in mind, Harwood's a runner. He really doesn't want to have all that contact, but now is part of the battle.
Yeah, and he's got to make his way through those blockers there and right there, but that'll change things for everybody because Team Black takes the lead there, I believe, takes it back.
So these guys going at it, and it has been a back-and-forth battle here. Harwood hit again, and what will happen is if Harwood is the runner, and you can see the end result of that one right there, and he gets in a battle like that, another one of the players will pick it up and become the runner.
Yeah. Boom, boom, out comes the red again. Put them on their side, put them on the roof, and the red flag will come out. And like I said, no lining them up. They leave right where they stop. I love this stuff, man.
And again, a good job here by the Panthers. He actually has 2 Tigers held up. That's exactly what he needs to do. And back behind him, one of the Panthers goes over.
They go on their side, so the Tigers hem up a Panther and vice versa.
Red flag will come out again. And as you mentioned before, they stop and start again right where they stopped as soon as they get them rolled over.
And here they go.
It is on, man.
Everybody's after Harwood. They may have both damaged themselves. Nope.
Face mask back down. You saw those guys pulling tear-offs before. And lap 3, I mean, we've 3 of them complete. And it has gone back and forth, as you said, Brian.
Yeah, it really has. And I got to gas myself. When you
Here's the one for you.
You're talking about bumper cars, man. It is steel to steel, baby. Wow.
Amazing stuff. We are not done yet.
We love to hear from our fans. Go to www.facebook.com and become a fan of Lucas Oil on the Edge. Join our OTE private group or like our page. Then post your comments about this Lucas Oil on the Edge episode.
The action has been intense and the hits have been hard here at the Superstock Team Championships. We're in the final round. It's the Tigers and the Panthers going at it just like it was a year ago. Shane Penn has been ripping off some laps here. We're under red flag, but they restart them right here. There's a look at Cunningham, one of the Tigers, and the Tigers are getting their heads handed to them as of now. There's really only a couple of them left here with about 3 laps to go. We're just pretty much in our 3rd lap.
Yeah, we are definitely there. And Harwood, the guy that I said was the one to watch, well, they've teamed up on him here. And not only that, he's got some issues with the right front of this race car. And at the end of the day, that guy right there has taken advantage of it.
Yeah, Shane Penn is just ripping off the laps here and uncontested at this point. I mean, really, Harwood is pretty much the only guy the Tigers have left. You talked about it before. The right front is damaged heavily, so he just can't carry any speed. and these guys are blocking him, and there's another one about to pull up beside him here to not let him out anywhere as they roll around here and try to hem him up.
And not only that, when you look off the side of the track and you see one, there's the other one. It's like, how much more do you need? He can't move, man. There is Shane Penn. He's the man of the hour.
Yeah, and he's just ripping them off, man. I mean, it's over. I mean, it's all but over right now. Of course, he has to finish the laps here, but the Panthers are dominating here in this championship this year.
Harwood started it off good. He got right on the gas. But the Panthers did what they had to do, and the Tigers just didn't have nothing for them.
There's a little let's kick him while he's down action.
As if he hadn't been given enough. Poor guy, look at him.
He's digging, man. He's trying everything he can. He's got it turned right, trying to battle his way out, but it's just not going to happen. Can't get any help from his teammates over there in the 85 car. I mean, the cars are just beat up for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's over. It's a tough way to go. In just a minute, you'll see Penn go right around there, and that will pretty much wrap it up for the Panthers.
He is clicking them off for sure, and the fans here at Palmerston North International Speedway loving this as well, as their hometown team is going to go back-to-back. Penn on that last trip around.
You almost got a feel for Harwood because, I mean, at the start of the thing, he was way, way out there. And like I said, the blockers got to do what they got to do, and they've hemmed him up. They did exactly what they should do. I don't think he made 2 full complete laps.
Yeah, and they baited him right there. He went to the outside, and that's exactly where he wanted him, so he could just pinch him right up against that wall. And that way he doesn't have to worry about Harwood making a last-minute right-hand turn to take out Penn while Penn is sailing around there.
That's exactly right. They're doing a perfect job. I mean, picture-perfect job of getting it done here.
And that's how you finish off the Tigers. Here comes Penn as he picks up the checkered flag, and they go back-to-back.
Wow.
Hard-hitting action. That's exactly what we expected here at the Super Stock Team Championships, and that's exactly what we got. It's always a great show to watch these guys come out here and battle so hard.
It's good to be part of it. It gets the nerves going. It gets everything going. And you just don't know what's going to happen when you come on the track. So it's absolutely fantastic. And what a bunch of can't say enough about the team. It's just absolutely superb.
Come down to reliability of cars. My car went all right to start with, and then something happened. It's just dead. So that's one car down straight away. You're pretty buggered after that, and I'm really proud of the boys. They did a fantastic job, the young fellas in the team, and yeah, we tried our hardest, but unfortunately we weren't there. And good luck to the Panthers.
It was a good battle, and now the Panthers take their parade lap. When we come back, it's going to be the Minis that take on the Indoor Enduro course.
This Lucas Oil On the Edge telecast is being brought to you by Lucas Oil. Made in America, sold to the world. General Tire. Anywhere is possible. Ready Liftoff Road Suspension. A new revolution in off-road suspension design and development.
All right, time for the Minis to go racing. Once again here, this is a 0 to 50cc category for the Extreme Indoor Enduro presented by Lucas Oil. We're here at Rushmore Plaza Civic Center. And here's a look at your General Tire rider list. A number of tough competitors, both young men and women, that will take on this course.
And this is one mean little course. Take a look at it. Trees, rocks, tires, a tunnel. It's an amazing thing. It's the wildest thing you'll see in a while. Now, the young children, like you're about to see, have a little bit more advantage than the adults, at least when they go through the tunnel, because the adults ride taller bikes and actually have to duck through the tunnel. If the kids go through the tunnel here, and it's very important to get a quick start.
And just like the big classes, I mean, they go from a dead stop. They've got to kickstart them and then take off, and Brody does a good job at the start.
Brody Eisenbrom. Now right straight through those little trees. It's the most interesting indoor thing you'll see in a while.
And I'll tell you, the fans, I really think that they enjoy watching these kids more than they do the big guys because it is so fun to watch them.
Right through the tunnel. They'll come out the other side and kind of start things over. The other thing the kids don't have to do that the adults do is hit those great big tires hit those great big logs. The bottleneck right here is these little skinny trees. Oh, it's cool to watch, man.
Just going to force his way down through there. I mean,
Yep.
there's actually a little alley, and they're trying to learn it. As you can see here, those trees are really close, but of course they can't go up the stairs either. But look at that little guy right there. I mean, it is just awesome, man. They're out here in competition, man. They're learning.
Brody Eisenman has led it from the start on that 97 machine. He's out of Blackhawk, South Dakota.
You know, it's all about spending time with your kids and coming out here and being part of the fun, part of the action, being in the battle. You teach them a lot of camaraderie and competition, hard work. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, it really is. And the other part about it is there's a fair amount of these riders, these younger children, whose parents ride in the big class anyway. They're there anyway, so throw a little smaller bike in there, and away you go.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, he's doing it just like Dad and coming out here and having some fun. And they are learning some skills. I mean, you know, when you look down the road 5, 6, 7 years, they're going to be tough competitors and hopefully will not run into the wall.
Woo! You know, motor skills are very important. And, you know, like Brody's got it down pat down here, you can figure that out right away. But motor skills are critical. When you start driving an automobile, I mean, if you have motor skills at this age, time you get your license, you'll be a better car driver. I mean, simple as that. It's just one example. The
Boy,
little guy on the 5.
I know, that little number 5, that's Sarah Pfister, by the way, and she's just holding tough, man. She definitely has the emotional vote out here from everybody else, so
Yeah.
she's doing a great job.
Absolutely, and there is your checkered flag. Brody Eisenbrom is the champ. He led it from flag to flag.
Some snappy little machines, too, at 50 cc's. They make some steam. Hope you enjoyed all the great racing action. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you from New Zealand all the way up to the Dakotas. Till next time, remember, you're not living unless you're on the edge.